You got this and you got that, and you gonna murder this one and murder that one. Talking all that bullshit. I'm gonna put it to you like this, yo.
This is for the nerds, this is for the brainiacs, this what we deserve. Go ahead and play it back, you ain't gonna touch me, you not gonna do nothing, you are not above me. I bet you wish you was me, I know that I know.
What is poppin', everybody? And welcome back to another special episode of the Only Friends podcast. Well, you know, it's me and my only friends, which includes, but is not limited to, the Tortuga. What's poppin', baby? How you feeling today?
Baby, it's hoodie weather.
It is. It's cold outside.
Busted up my little Steeler hoodie right here. Very excited. Taking on the Down Bad Jets this weekend.
Yeah,
we'll get to that later. But yeah, isn't it nice? It's nice out. I can wear pants. People don't have to see, my inner thighs. And I mean, some people are going to be disappointed.
I'm disappointed.
There's some people out there. Most people are happy.
I'm heartbroken.
Some are disappointed.
They're all
I don't know what that percentage is, how that ratio breaks down, but
they're mad at Landon now for putting his feet up like a lazy boy.
I know.
I'm chilling. What do you want?
They look so big in the shot.
They're tired
because like his legs are like 6 feet tall, 6 feet long.
My legs are very long.
They're
Very
sick
long.
of seeing the bottom of your shoes. Conrad. Oh, your shoes are disgusting, bro.
I know.
It's time
Look
to
at
get a new
that.
pair.
Yeah, I think
Jesus
it is.
Christ. Conrad hesitated there. He was gonna come to me, and he, for whatever reason, thought better of it.
I did.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it. It's
You're
the
always
green.
busy, dude. You're
Not
working on
this
something.
time. I was fucking ready for my shot.
Yeah.
You called it green. I thought that was supposed to be Pittsburgh yellow or something.
I think it's
This is
tennis
tennis ball green.
tennis ball green.
We had this conversation before.
Right. Probably from that exact hoodie.
It was exactly from this hoodie,
Mhm.
and I still stand by it.
It's actually made out of tennis ball material.
This is the color of a tennis ball, and this is a neon green color.
Amen.
I stand by it.
Spell consonant.
Wait, you're on my side?
Yeah, I said it was green also.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
I mean, that looks more green than yellow, but that doesn't mean tennis balls
This is
are green.
precisely what a tennis ball looks like to me.
That's because you had the poor tennis balls.
So, for what it's worth, in real life it looks green,
Mhm.
but on the screen
Yeah,
it looks yellow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yellowish.
It really does.
It looks
or yellow.
yellow.
So the qualifying term is it's chartreuse,
Chartreuse.
which
yes.
apparently
Love
is
chartreuse.
it's apparently a mergy color,
Chartreuse?
if you will.
Spell that?
CHARTREUSE.
Sure.
Yes,
I think that's correct.
it is.
It's a mergy color, if you will. So it's on the green-yellow
It's a
spectrum.
Mega
Right,
Master.
right.
So there's a chartreuse yellow
Yes.
and a chartreuse green,
Mm-hmm.
which all that tells me is that they're the same
Right.
fucking color, and people just see them differently.
Mm-hmm.
I see this as green, and I see tennis balls as green, and I will just start calling them all chartreuse, as to no longer be wrong, because apparently
That's what
I'm
it's
in
all
the
about.
minority, and I had my whole life I had no fucking idea.
You are
Like-
in the minority.
My eyes were wide open when someone told me that they've been walking through the world thinking tennis balls were yellow
Yeah,
their
me.
whole life. I'm like, no way. Absolutely no way. We have a very special episode for you guys today. First and foremost, we have a seat to give away, a gold pass for the NAPT.
Are you sure it's not a chartreuse pass?
It's not a chartreuse pass. This one is as gold can be. We do have a winner. He's waiting for us in the bullpen. But before we get to him, actually, let's just get to him. Let's not make the man wait any longer.
Let's get it popping.
There he is.
There he is.
What's popping?
Now that's green.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
All right. First and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you.
You did the hard work. Can you tell us how to pronounce your name? Because I see way too many consonants.
Well done.
It's Vitold. Vitold.
Right.
It's a lot easier than it looks.
And the last name?
Vikarski. That one's harder than it looks.
just to give everybody an idea of what we were working with here, I sent Guapo the text message. I go, this is the winner. And the first name I could have maybe gotten it. It's spelled Witold, but I imagine it's pronounced with a
Yep.
V.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so it's Vitold. But his last name just starts off WDZ, and I said, I'm done. I'm done.
It's the right answer. It's the right answer.
It's a ski name. We're going to assume you're Polish, and we're going to congratulate you on your seat. Where are you hailing from?
I'm from Denver.
Okay.
Okay, not
All
too
right,
far
so
away.
not too far away.
You can get a cheap Southwest flight.
That's
probably.
right. You're going to
I'm
get the
getting
pocket
something
something.
from the
Colorado.
1800. I'm pretty pumped.
That's
Let's
good. So you're able to make it here for the the NAPT main event.
Yeah. My wife might kill me, but I'll be there.
Okay. All right. Well, if she kills you, maybe we can work out more of a long-standing arrangement where you're here for good.
Yeah. You have $1,800 in cash to bribe her with.
That's true
Some
too.
things are worth dying for,
That is true too. So, first, congratulations! You were the first one to call in and get the answer correct. For anybody who's unaware, the puzzle it revealed a phone number. So the very first clue was Vegas inside parentheses. That was 702 area code, of course. The next one was the octopus and the crab, which was the
crab and the
octocrab in reverse, which was 38. Followed by that, I believe, was something representing a 1. I can't remember what the clue was. Then 52 card pickup, and the last one was what was the field size of the NAPT that Ashton Griffin won, and it was 49. So you put all that together. How early into this did you know you were looking at a phone number?
Honestly, just with the last clue, as soon as I saw 49, I was like, oh, wait, this is a phone number. And just instantly got it after I saw that last clue, but I didn't know it before.
Awesome. So there was actually a handful of people who figured it out prior to the last clue, and they were just going through roto-dialing all of the remaining combinations.
Like 100 combinations.
Yeah. The problem was I hadn't set up the voicemail yet. So I hadn't actually given them the final piece of the puzzle, which the question was, Joe Tehan won the only NAPT event hosted at the Bicycle Casino. What self-proclaimed nickname has he given himself? Hint, we've talked about it on the podcast, and you correctly answered the GOAT.
I did. I honestly wasn't sure, and I've watched this podcast like almost every day, so I'm surprised I didn't know it right away, but I figured it out.
That.
Well, you fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
And as a byproduct, we're going to see you in Vegas.
Yes, we are.
So whenever you make your way out here, I'm gonna shoot you a text after the pod to get all your details to forward over to PokerStars. But whenever you make your way out here and play the main event, be sure you come and find us. Hit us up on a break. Let's catch up. Maybe follow your journey a little bit throughout this main event. And I guess alongside that, how active are you in the poker space?
So I am one of those people who played a bunch of poker in the early 2000s and then completely stopped for about a decade.
Okay.
Would play once or twice a year. And then honestly, like vlogs and this podcast have brought me back into it a bit.
Let's go, dude.
Nice.
We got him back.
Love it.
We got him back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you out there grinding in Blackhawk?
No. I try to keep Vegas and Denver separate as possible.
Okay, that's smart.
Yeah.
Tournaments or cash?
Mostly cash.
Okay, a man after my own heart.
Yeah, I've never played a tournament near this big, so this is gonna be great.
Okay,
That's awesome.
this
That's
is awesome
Yeah, that's
because
great.
that means that we got the money factor kicking in where it matters. Even if it's not like a monetary matter, it matters because, this is kind of a satellite for you.
It's gonna feel different for sure.
Okay, so the final thing, and you might not even be aware of this because we didn't plug it a ton, but you know that this earned you the opportunity to audition for the big game.
I do.
Okay, what do you got in store for this audition? Because you got to bring it. We're pulling for you here.
I have not thought of it yet. I honestly didn't think I was going to win because I didn't see the clue for a few minutes. I didn't think I was going to win, so I've got to think about that. I don't know yet.
Okay, well, I got to tell you, if you can manage to get your way into the loose cannon, assuming that I'm not playing on the episode that you play in, I got you, man. We're going to talk about this because I've thought deeply about loose cannon strategy. I've been living the loose cannon life my whole existence here. So I'm ready to get in your corner, coach you through this thing if they happen to pick you for one of the shows. and we're gonna rip this 50K into something big.
I'm pretty excited. I used to watch that show, whatever it was, 14 years ago. So
Yeah, the big game.
This is
Yep.
just all a blast from the past, honestly.
All
That's
right,
awesome.
let's go.
Love
Let's
Let
go.
me say
You
one
got-
last thing, which is
Yeah, go ahead.
Conrad will be happy to know that Stacy and I have been working on the Runner together, and I'm no longer her competition. So I'm going to give her one or two of the clues that we've been talking about. So.
Oh, that's dope.
For anyone who doesn't know, Poker.org is also doing a Gold Pass giveaway. It's what are they calling it this time? It's like
Code org.
That's right, Code.org. The runner has made off with the NAPT pass, and the puzzle needs to be solved. It sounds like Stacy's hot on the trail, as she should be.
Always is.
All right, we're
sure.
gonna get you out of here. Thank you so much, Vitold. Make sure you say hi whenever you're here in Vegas. Let's chat on breaks, and let's try to run this thing up.
Yeah, GLGO.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck. Good luck.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
congratulations again.
Congrats.
Oh man, let's
That's
go.
awesome.
That was dope.
Yeah.
I forgot about the loose cannon audition. I'm more excited for him for that.
I'm glad like it's someone who just kind of plays more casually and
Yeah.
it seems, you know, and not someone out there just like always firing these big events, and you know, so it's more of an experience for him. Which is
Yeah.
great. It's awesome.
I will say I think that's one of the things that these giveaways highlight the best is that tends to be who's putting the most effort into reaping the rewards
Right.
of these free giveaways, and you love to see it.
It's kind of like the Zach Fuentes one we had a while back, right?
Yeah.
Zach's a
Oh,
dog.
Zach was
He
great.
is.
Zach's a fucking dog.
Got that dog in him.
He just shows up, from his RV, looking like he came from a Grateful Dead concert, 3-betting the shit out of everybody.
Just smashes everybody in the Poker Out Loud.
Yeah,
That season.
he won like 4.5 buy-ins.
Yeah, then he goes and wins like 100K in
Yeah.
a Venetian event
Yeah.
later that week.
All because we gave away a seat.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Love it.
We gotta start keeping score on
How
this
many
stuff.
giveaways winners have we had for things like this from the podcast?
We've done a couple Academy/Poker Out Loud seats. We did WPT Championship.
I remember that.
Mhm.
Did PCA in 2021, 2022, whenever we made our way down there. I can't remember when we went down. When Conrad got blacked out
23.
drunk.
2022.
It was last year, right?
Was it?
No,
No, it was
no.
2 years
There,
ago.
there
2
was
years
no
ago,
PCA
sorry,
in
yeah.
23.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 22.
Wow.
When Conrad went passion of
fast
Christ on
time
us.
goes.
That was 2 years ago?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a year from
Because
January.
last year we went to.
Remember we went on the
what did we do
cruise.
last
We went
year?
on the cruise in
Oh, yeah,
in
the
March.
cruise.
Right.
We gave away a
Yeah.
cruise package.
Yeah.
That was 2 years
Yeah.
ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost 3. It'll be 3 this January.
I'd be like my parents, be like, wait till you're my age. Time really goes fast.
Wow.
Oh, wow. All right.
Wow.
So, keeping up with all the NAPT things, there are still some passes for people to acquire. So, all the Run Good tour stops are still giving away NAPT passes. There's also an event in Cincinnati this weekend. I believe tomorrow is the main event. Unsure of the casino. Gary told me in passing. This is kind of on me. I should have looked at it. No, Jack's Casino's in Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah.
But anyway, if you guys are in the Cincinnati area, the big event that they're running there tomorrow will include an NAPT Gold Pass. As we've mentioned, that Gold Pass is valued at $10K, including traveling expense, 7-night stay at Resorts World, and an audition for the big game, Loose Cannon. Lastly, there is a little buzz, if you will, in the celebrity sphere. For anybody who follows the TikTok trends and the Instagram reels, a comedian who has made himself pretty famous on there, Morgan J. He is committed now to coming to the NAPT. Big poker fan, I guess. Plays a lot in the LA scene. And he and Stapes will be doing a Gold Pass only comedy show.
Love it.
Which is another nice little addition to winning one of these Gold Passes. I believe he cut a little bit of a promo here for the NAPT, so we're going to go ahead and run that.
What's your name, bro? What's your name?
Try this. There we go.
There we go. Now we just need some. There.
What's your name, bro? Real talk. This is like side quest alert. third. I'm actually doing my first like super big poker tournament. I'm gonna be in Las Vegas for like a week. November 3rd to the 10th. I'm taking it seriously too. Look at this. I'm taking it seriously. I'm reading like poker books. Daniel Negreanu, dude. I have a book that says how to read people like a book. You don't even gotta have a lot of money. Like if you really want to hang out with me, we can play together. Because like literally you can qualify with as little as like 50 cents. They're gonna be giving away passes, 100 gold passes, worth up to $10,000. Am I gonna win? I could win like 5 to 7 figures. But real talk, if you do want to play or you want to know different ways to win, you can go to PokerStarsLive.com. All the info is on the site. There's tons of way to win. I'm gonna be there. Hopefully I will. Hopefully I'll see you there.
I'm gonna bust his ass. He's way too happy to be here, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna find this guy and I am gonna break him off. So yeah, he's gonna be here for the NAPT. Gonna be doing a special show with Stapes comedy show. His whole shtick is if you go like watch some other clips, he does this live, like
with the voice
stand up, and it's mostly crowd work. So he just has an auto-tune mic.
What's your name, bro?
100% just goes right into the crowd. What's your name? And then gives them the mic, and obviously they just talk, but it comes out like T-Pain.
It's like Jason.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Are you here with your girlfriend, Jason? Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, there's man, what a time to be alive, huh?
Auto-tune comedy.
That's right. So finally, for anybody who's coming from out of town that is not fortunate enough to win a gold pass, but is planning on playing the NAPT, be sure to head over to PokerStarsTravel.com. So this is a little tidbit that I guess most of the Europeans are aware of, but nobody here in America really seems to know. You just go to PokerStars Travel and you pick the destination that you're headed to. So for in this instance, it's going to be the NAPT. And you can get the absolute bottom dollar cheapest stay at Resorts World from any other option. So it's going to be cheaper than Resorts World directly. It's going to be cheaper than like Expedia or any other third party. They just ensure that you get the absolute best poker rate through PokerStars Travel.
Nice little hack.
Yeah, a little helpful hint for anybody who wants to come out and needs to save a few $100. I believe Gary told me it's like basically a $500 savings throughout the duration of the stay. Which, if you're here for a week, that's pretty fucking nice. It's almost $100 a day.
That's like one bottle.
You can go get some steak dinners.
I was gonna say it's one bottle of Hakkasan. Maybe not even.
Well, definitely not. You've been out the game for a while, young man.
Back in 2008, you could get one bottle.
Man, to think that
what the hell is one bottle cost now?
Who knows?
Depends
Depends on what the bottle is, too.
Depends if you bring girls or not.
Yeah.
5 to 7
Is it absolute
figures.
or is it Grey Goose?
Right. To think that we got Nikki started on her bottle service trails way back when she was 22.
Yeah.
Right on that grind.
Wow, I didn't even know about this.
Oh man, we were. When I say we, I was a tag along. That guy over there, he was fucking bad.
What, Brian in the
Brian has
popping bottles, man.
Brian has always been.
I was in the club.
The turtle in the club.
You had the turtle in the club.
Brian was always he. Not only was he a good time, but he was the guy that girls knew they could get to say yes. Like when it came to should we get bottles tonight or not?
Yeah.
You didn't pose that question to the group.
Right.
You recruited LeMan as the spokesperson. And then he goes to the
was
group.
Involved a little bit.
Garrity was your right-hand man.
Yeah.
You guys were remember when Hanks and I we were at Rain and those two cougars. I mean, we were young at the time, so this is definitely
These two
qualified.
cougars, they're probably 28.
No.
They were like in their 30s.
No, we were like 28. These girls
Yeah.
were like pushing 40. And they like, it was all of us. I still have a picture of it. It was like me, you, Rain, Greg, Hanks.
I've actually seen this picture.
But and we're like on an L-shaped couch in Rain, which was like, this is like right before close. It was so fucking down bad. We got exactly what we expected to get, which was like two 40-year-old cougars on the prowl. And like, there's just me and Hanks in the middle. You know, goofy as fucking could be. He might have been wearing shorts for all I know, and these girls are like laid across us.
Jesus.
I wish I could find this picture. It was
it's out there somewhere.
It was so bad. I just that night was, man, that was when I knew Vegas was not for me.
and then you stayed for 15 more years.
I tried to leave.
Yep.
I tried to leave very shortly after that. I had my biggest online score.
How'd you find that footage of me?
Didn't take long.
He just starts turtle in the club.
Exactly what comes up.
Blurb and turtle.
Oh, man.
What does Google bring up?
When was like the last time you went to the club?
God. Yeah, a long time.
Long
I mean, I've been with
time
Michelle
ago.
for 9 years, so
I can still remember.
it was before that, probably.
For $1.
Like 9
You
years
could
ago.
get in the club.
Yeah, probably like, I don't know, maybe 12 years ago.
It's expensive to go clubbing now.
Yeah.
How would you know?
I mean, when I've went or have heard stories of Jay Little getting after it after winning some stuff at Poker Go.
You're gonna find out the hard way of what a tax it is to not drink and be a dude who's invited to bottle service, because you're paying
I'm not going.
and you're not gonna reap the benefits of it at all.
You're not paying for the alcohol, let's be honest.
Well, let me tell you, you're not paying for the experience either. Because if you think that you're gonna schmooze a nice young lady there with your witty words and inability to dance, you're wrong.
You did that at the strip club. What do you mean?
Oh, that's different. I mean, they're
What's
on
different? Your attitude?
No. They're on your lap, and 3 inches away, you can hear each other.
I'm okay on that. Though.
I mean, it was basically you would pay your way to get into the club and without waiting in line. It was like you could wait in this long ass line and then maybe be turned away at the door, or you get bottle service and pay a lot and know you're just definitely getting in.
And for me, it was always a way in not being properly dressed.
Yeah.
Like, buddy, we don't allow shorts and backwards hats. So, yeah, well, I have a table.
Yeah.
How about now?
And you can do whatever you want.
Like, well, we still really don't want you here.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't really want to be here if it makes you feel any better.
Actually, can you
this
send me
isn't
home?
for me. Yeah. Can you actually turn me away so I get to go home?
Yeah.
I'm just looking for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I might hit the club this weekend.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get Michelle out there.
Or just
Cut
in
a
the
rug.
club.
Cut a rug.
Cut a rug.
The tortoise in the club.
Was that on the sheet that was sent to us on Twitter?
It's probably the white
I sent in the
person's
podcast
sheet.
assets. Yeah,
it's so
someone made a
good.
tier list of the
Please
white people
bring
saying
that up. Yeah. You're on thin ice, buddy.
Yeah, you're skating on thin ice.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's definitely
White
a good
people
one.
There's like a
snapped.
whole tier system.
White
It's
people
great.
snapped with some of these, man.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they're so while we wait on Guapo to bring it up, I like that they're ranked.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah, that's how the tier list works.
no, I know, but like it's not like S tier. It's not simple,
It's
right?
descriptive.
Right. Wonderfully unseasoned,
Yeah.
fantastically flavorless.
Yeah.
One of the good ones.
One of the good ones.
Undercooked and then burnt.
Dude, one of the good ones is like low key, like a great white person
Squeeze
saying.
me.
Like squeeze me is so burnt. This is so
Check
on
yourself
par.
before you riggedy wreck yourself.
Dude, honestly,
That is a good
just gonna
one.
sneak right past you is so good.
Yeah, just gonna sneak right past.
Just gonna sneak right past you.
Right on.
These are really so
Like
good.
some of these are real, some of them like don't feel actually real, you know? Like
It's just like it's so clear. Don't leave this graphic. If anything, just bring us into it
Oh, okay.
as he leaves the graphic, because these are just like too good to pass on. And
Take a chill
and honestly, it makes you realize like where you fall in the cringe meter. You know, because no offense to the tortoise, but like I'm gonna hear a little holy macaroni out of him from time to time.
I don't think a boom shakalaka. You might hear boom shakalaka.
Right, like he's in the undercooked region from time.
All right, listen. Newsflash, buddy. I don't say these things.
what the flip?
one of the, like some of these are just like they're just a staple.
Well, that just happened.
They're just a staple in white person
Frick is
lexicon.
great. Just
Like
frick.
Jesus H Christ.
That's an Oaken one. That's Oaken for sure.
that is East Coast fully to the nines.
Hate to burst your bubble, buddy.
Throwing buddy at the end of anything.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, Boom Shakalaka should 100% be burnt. This is definitely nowhere
Honestly,
near
they're
one of the
missing
good
one.
ones.
Where do you think this one goes? Slow your roll.
Slow your roll.
Slow Your Roll is pretty undercooked, I think.
You and
No,
what-
it's pretty cringy.
Tyler Geek has one. You and what army?
You and what? That one's a
I like
banger.
that one. That's a banger.
That's at least flavorless, if not unseasoned.
It's on here.
What
It's
on
this?
fantastically flavorless.
Oh, okay.
Nice tri-pal. I like that one. You mess with the bull, you get the horns. That one
That was
is
great.
that one's very
A
strong.
true white staple.
This is a very Karen statement. I'm gonna give you a piece of my mind.
Piece of mind, yeah.
Yeah, we're not big fans of that one. HE double hockey sticks. That's a second grade teacher line. If I've ever hang on Buckaroo. Throw in Buckaroo at the end of things.
Is gosh darn it in there?
Gosh darn it should be right there with Frick.
Where's Jiminy Cricket?
Jiminy Cricket's a good one.
Yeah.
That's at least flavorless.
Get a load of this guy.
Jiminy Cricket.
I was flabbergasted.
White people cooked for a time. We've been off of it, you know?
So what does the H stand for in Jesus H Christ? Holy?
No.
Harry?
It's funny, when I was a little kid, I thought it meant Hebrew. But,
Jesus Christ.
but I think
that doesn't make any sense.
I think if you look at the crucifix, it's something written in Hebrew, if I'm not mistaken. I could be like way off base here.
You mostly
It's
are.
been a long time.
Yeah.
Hang on, Buckaroo.
Wait, who said they mischeck yourself before you record? Oh no, somebody just said that.
No, I said they missed Jiminy Cricket.
Right. Jiminy Cricket, you're right.
Jiminy Cricket's a
Take
good
a
one.
chill
That
pill.
one belongs.
Right on is not. No one says right on anymore. I feel like right on is in the wrong category. That's got to be burnt.
Spaghetti-O.
Yeah, SpaghettiO's under seasoned. You don't say that one anymore. Chill pills.
Apparently, the H is still a mystery, boys.
Really?
Yeah,
It's kind of like a filler, you know?
They try to think of like Latin like words or names, and it's
I said Hebrew. Yeah, Latin. That was what I was thinking.
It would be Latin or
If you figure it out, do you get a golden passport?
Maybe.
You get a chartreuse one.
Maybe. You can finally leave the
white
white
people
boy
screen.
speak.
Yeah.
We've done our
We've done our
race. We've done our race unproud.
I don't know. I feel like we found some sneak ones.
Beat it, twerp.
Yeah, beat it. Yeah, twerp has got to be on there.
Twerp is good.
Twerp is so white.
Twerp is very.
No one
good.
else would ever say twerp.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what was like popular when we were kids that would just be so unacceptable now, as not just as adults but like as white adults.
I mean, take a chill pill is up there.
Yeah, that's up there. I want to say like people used to say word a lot.
Word. Yeah. Word.
Yeah.
Psych.
Psych was bad. Man, there was
Dope.
Oh,
dope.
people would say one a lot too.
One. Yeah.
Which like they would end a sentence with like one.
What?
Yeah.
Like everybody was so hard.
Like one love.
Everybody was.
But you just say one.
Landon, you have no idea how
So
hard
corny.
15-year-olds in Leechburg were.
Oh, yeah.
So corny.
That's hilarious.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Like
it
you would
was
say
bad.
random stuff and end it with one?
Yeah. Or peace.
Wow.
Never.
What did I always say to end a sentence? At some point, or to end a
I
conversation.
think it starts with the letter R.
That's the first word that came to my mind too. We're so fucked. What the fuck?
We're back.
That
baby.
word's coming back.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
No.
Slowly but surely, it's working its way back.
I don't know that
Pop
that like
culture.
my generation had that sentence ender. Like no one ended stuff like that.
No, you were in the canceled middle.
No, I think I was a little bit before canceled, but like no one ended stuff with like you heard. You know,
Right.
like,
You heard.
Right.
Yep. Later days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, later day. And people say later, but like it was like
that's
short for later days.
No. Okay,
Kinda.
that's
Carson Daly.
I would end everything with late.
Late. Yeah, late.
I was too lazy to say later.
Right. It went from later days to later
oh my
to late.
gosh.
Yeah.
That is
yeah.
that's nuts.
That carried through like college.
Probably just didn't say L.
like you're talking to Brian, you're going to class, you just said late.
Yeah.
Late.
Yeah. Every time I'd hang up a phone
I like
conversation.
how his head's exploding with the fucking shit that you guys say
I know.
these days.
Fucking
like,
skibbity
yeah.
rizzity Ohio
That's
dude.
after my
Yeah.
generation.
Barely. You're
That's-
a fucking fringe.
Nah, that's after me.
You're an elder Zoomer.
Nah,
Yeah.
but that's after me. Mine was like the yeet days.
Yeet.
Skirt.
Yeah, yeet skirt.
Yeet skirt was like a 3-month thing. It wasn't
No.
even like a long-standing.
No, like people be like, but you wouldn't use it in that way. You'd be like, oh, like he yeeted that. You
I know.
Like,
Trust me, my nephew's your age. I
yeah.
know, man.
But
Yeah.
I'm saying the newer stuff. That's beyond me. Like I've graduated the
Oh, don't
education
worry. Don't
system.
worry. I'm gonna catch you up because every time I see reels that are explaining it, I can't help but send it to the group.
Right,
It's like
of course.
I think I'm locked into their code, guys.
Yeah, like locked in is
Locked
new.
in.
Like locked in was after my time. But
Yeah.
like locked in is great. Cooked is amazing.
Cooked is very good.
We like
yeah.
Like you're
We like
cooked.
that.
Like
Yeah,
that
or-
one's
or he's
so,
cooking.
Yeah, it's good. You know. The
Matt,
new
do you
kid-
remember Audi 5000?
I mean, yeah, but like we never said
That was a
that.
bad one too.
We didn't say that.
Audi 5.
What did you guys call dating in high school? Like, what did you call a couple?
I don't know. Just like they're like together.
We said that they were going together.
Going
I
together.
didn't hear that until after I moved out of New York.
I thought it was like the whole like going slow,
Going
kind
steady.
Of thing.
Going steady
Yeah,
was like before our
us.
time.
Like that was our parents. They
Yeah.
would say going steady.
Yeah.
They would say going together, I think. But we started. Yeah,
it was like exclusive. Like,
yeah.
are they going together?
Oh, they're going together.
No,
yeah.
we would just call it.
Where
Like,
are they going?
Yeah. Where are they going?
that's why we cut
Where are
it.
you
We just
going?
called it together. Like
Right.
oh, like they're together.
Yeah, well, that's actually very reasonable. That's what an adult would say now. But like, where the fuck did we think they were going? We live in a town with one stoplight and 2,000
Right.
people. They ain't going anywhere.
Well, they're going steady.
To the stoplight.
Steady Eddie. Oh yeah, that was
Now they say exclusive.
Like my generation was
Maybe-
like the
Maybe.
like the
Do you say
dab
exclusive or
days.
is exclusive too old too?
No, exclusive is still
Exclusive a thing?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you say it like that,
Michelle and I are exclusive guys.
but you say it like, yeah, exclusive isn't. You don't
Exclusive
use it.
means
You just
you're
say
not-
you just say we're not seeing other people.
I think it goes exclusive is the in between from when you're like dating, then you're exclusive, which means you're not sleeping with anybody else. Then you're going steady.
You're going steady.
man.
Going steady's phased out. No one says that anymore.
Yeah.
But
Then
They-
you're like a couple.
Never
Everybody's
said
just in a
any of this.
situationship.
yeah, exclusive is just like
Right,
the step before
situationship.
actually date, like only strictly dating them. Like I think you
Right.
should stop seeing other people.
Yeah.
Like that's the exclusive
Right,
conversation. Like you don't want to use the big word.
Right.
The big word's scary. It's like why are you using that 10-letter word for?
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
Looking into the void, man.
Yeah, into the void. All right, let's transition this into a little bit of sports ball.
Like my generation, my generation would be like just like dabbing on people, you know, like that was it. Like you'd say, like you'd see each other, and then like you'd be like,
I thought I hated your generation, and then this new one came around.
yeah, I don't know, dude. The Rizzler's kind of cooking.
This is how
He might save
getting,
us.
this
He
is how
might
getting
save-
older works. You just hate the next generation
Nah.
more and more and more.
You
No,
slowly
because
they
I
become
hate.
more and more removed.
No, because I
from
hate
you.
the generations before me too. Like the boomer generation is
Yeah,
the
of course.
fucking nut low.
Well, obviously, everyone hates their parents. I mean, I love my parents, but I mean, like, you know what I mean.
It comes in waves. Like
Colloquially, everybody hates them.
the
No, I mean, like people, like they're
the great generation was
Right.
great.
Yeah.
And then our fucking parents screwed everything up.
yeah,
They didn't do a good job.
yeah.
They didn't do a good job.
I have great parents. Okay,
Of course. Look, it's a generalization. Okay. So the Indians. Sorry, the Guardians.
Wow.
Wow, canceled. Get him out
Wow.
of here.
Get them out.
Remember when I said the Redskins the other day?
You're
Yeah.
canceled too.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know.
I think I read something that Native Americans want Washington to bring the name back.
I mean, I hear
It
multiple
may not have
things.
been.
Who
It may not
knows?
have been
Yeah.
anything accurate, but
Just go with the city name, and you can't go wrong.
who wants to say Cleveland?
Nah, that's true.
Fuck them. Although I'm rooting for them in this instance.
No.
I saw this shirt, and I need
Can't
to
believe
get
they
it.
won last night. That was upsetting.
I saw the shirt.
That was
yeah.
one of the best playoff baseball games
Oh my
I've seen in
God.
my entire life.
It was, but it was fucking.
It was only the
pain.
second time in history that a game tying and go ahead home run were hit
Back-to-back?
4 times in the game.
Oh wow, yeah.
It was
So
sick.
Judge hit the game tying home run in the 8th, I think,
Yep.
followed by Stanton hitting go ahead. Then in the 9th, I'm going to
Big
forget his
Christmas.
name. Yeah, I can't remember his real name though.
Lane?
But yeah,
no,
Big
it
Christmas.
wasn't Lane.
I don't think it was Lane.
No, what's his name?
Anyway, Big Christmas, not to be confused with Big Country, hits the game tying home run in the bottom of the 9th, and in the bottom of the 10th, game winner, walk off 2-run bomb.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Insane.
It was sick.
What an outrageous game! Like
No,
this
wow.
is what playoff baseball does.
That's what it's all about.
Like October is so special. It's so hard if you ever played this game at any point in your lifetime not to be a little bit romantic about like what it is to hit a walk-off home run in October, especially when you're Cleveland. So this is something that escaped my mind because they've had teams that were good, right? Like for those of you who remember the mid-90s teams that battled against the Braves, they made the World Series twice, I think 95 and 97. Those teams were stacked.
Yeah, they haven't won the World Series since the 50s.
40s.
40s?
40s. It's been longer than the Browns.
Amazing.
I mean, this city is cursed. They don't deserve
The
anything
Browns
nice.
have never won the Super Bowl.
Not in the modern NFL.
No, they never won the Super Bowl. They
were dominant. They won championships.
They never won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing as in like game winners, or making game winners in like basketball, like playoffs.
No.
Like not basketball like regular season. I just mean like playoffs. Like
no, because hitting a game winner, like you shoot that shot and you are, whatever shooting percentage is from where you're shooting it from. Right, so like maybe you're 30 to 70% to make that shot.
You're being
hitting a walk-off home run. That's like
It's
very
insane.
rare.
It's like 5%.
You're being too like autistic about this one.
I'm not.
No,
Yeah, you
he's
are.
not.
These are not apples to
No.
oranges.
Like games,
Not
like a
the
game
same.
7, like Damian Lillard when he hit that 3 is like the same kind of thing as hitting a
Those
wall.
moments are
A game
yeah.
7, sure. This is a game 3 where they're down 2-0, and this is just
Just a stave off
absurd.
elimination.
Yeah, it's
There's
huge.
only been- there's
it's
only-
electric. I'm not saying it's not.
There's only been one walk-off home run in Game 7 of the World Series ever. It was
It's
the Pittsburgh
hard.
Pirates in 1960, October 3rd.
Maz, baby.
That's right, Mazeroski, Bill
Right.
Mazeroski. They
So
beat the
so
Yankees.
imagine that. The World Series has been around for over 100 years. There's only ever been one walk-off in the history of it. How many walk-off shots have
not
you
one
seen?
walk-off home run. Yeah.
Right, that's what I
Yeah.
meant.
Yeah, but like basketball also has like the high action where it's like someone makes a 3 and then there's 1 second left and then they counter.
Yeah, nobody's trying to take anything away from basketball.
Joe
I'm just
Carter,
saying
Joe
they're
Carter
not
came
apples-
close. He did it in Game 6.
Yeah. I'm just saying they're not apples to oranges.
I mean, a game 7 walk off to win is unbelievable, obviously.
Yeah.
Of course, but it's just the difficulty of hitting a home run in baseball is
Right.
much more challenging.
And it just has to be,
Gibby.
like it just has to be the exact moment, right? Like it's hard to be in that situation.
It's not the only way to
and
score.
Then right.
Right. It's like
exactly.
it's the equivalent. What it's more akin to is like the Grant Hill, Christian Laettner full court pass to hit a buzzer beater
Right.
to win the NCAA.
Yeah, walk it off.
like a
Yeah.
half court shot, or full court shot,
yeah.
or something like that
at the buzzer.
At the buzzer to win Game 7.
Right. Like that's the low probability
Yeah.
that you're facing. The difference is that in baseball, like if you don't hit that walk off, the game probably still goes on. Right, assuming it's tied. If you're behind, then it's a different story. So like that's I don't know, man. To me, that's the beauty of it. It's like the one game that we play where there's no time, there's really no clock.
That is what's so awesome about a walk-off home run too. You have to be home to do it.
Yeah.
The crowd goes crazy. Like there's no
That's
such
true.
thing as a walk-off home run on the road.
Right.
So you have to be home. The crowd is going nuts.
One of
It's
the
just like-
closest things
yeah.
to that was what the Yankees did last night
Right.
in the 8th,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What do you mean you can't have a walk off home run?
Because the
Because it's bottom
You
of
have
the
to play
got it.
defense.
Yeah. You have to play
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah. So you can only have do it.
Yeah,
as
I mean,
a-
I'll
for
tell
sure.
you from the other side too.
You make good points.
From the other side as well. There's nothing as intoxicating as being the I guess you would be the road team in this instance, or it could be the home team. It could work either way. But being the closer
Oh my God.
in that high pressure situation, 1-run game, facing the meat of the lineup, and you just fucking punch them out.
right.
Like to see some of those moments as well, they don't quite get highlighted as much.
Well, you know what's funny is I was thinking this the other day. Like, I feel like it's like I don't know if because the players are so good once they get to the World Series and they don't strike out a lot, even though I think they do. But like, it feels like that last out of the World Series is almost never a strikeout. Just think about like going back in your mind and thinking of people like like how the game ended, the World Series. It's always like a pop up or like a ground out or
Yeah.
It's rarely a strikeout.
I have these memories in like the mid 90s where closers were extremely dominant though. Like I don't even think he made it to the World Series, but I definitely remember like some clutch moments. You remember Armando Benitez for the Orioles? I just remember him just like having some really wild moments. Same thing with Chapman.
Yeah.
At different points in his career. But even going a little bit further back to like the early 90s, there was points where Smoltz was closing, of course, but like starters would just go into the ninth.
Yeah, like Bumgarner.
Yeah, and like oh my God, Bumgarner fucking I guess that was like 2012, 2011, something like that.
Yeah, 12 or
throws
14.
game 6, wins game 6, and then comes out and closes game 7 for like a 2 or 3 inning save to win the World Series.
Yeah.
Like this is stuff that heroes are made of. 0 days rest.
There was a lot of people like comparing Emmanuel Claus to Mariano Rivera, and I was looking at their stats, and it's absurd.
Yeah, I
It's
would bet there were World Series won at the hands of Rivera striking out the final batter.
Mm-hmm.
I would bet so too. Considering, I mean, whatever.
He's the
But
best of all time,
He's only
so,
let up
yeah.
like 7 or 8 runs over
I'm not saying it doesn't
111 fucking innings pitched.
There was a point where he had not allowed a postseason run.
Yeah,
Like there was a stretch where he had never allowed a postseason run. I
Yeah.
remember when they first like got to him.
Right.
I don't remember.
And they were in the postseason a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I remember like when he gave up that first run. I think it was against the Red Sox, maybe in that series where they came back from 3-0 and went on to go to the World Series. I think that was the first time Rivera had been dinged up for a run in the postseason ever.
That might
Insane.
sounds
Like,
about
what,
right.
what level of greatness are we
Right.
fucking talking about
Right.
here? This
The
is.
best.
First ballot?
I think he made it on the first ballot. Yeah.
That's not even close.
I did hear the announcers talking last night, saying that it's crazy to see 2 Hall of Famers hit back to back in the Dodgers lineup. Ohtani and Betts.
Betts. Yeah, I mean, I know Mookie Betts just had a hell of a game yesterday.
He heard the podcast. He heard you talk your
I was like,
nonsense.
he heard Berkey. He's like, well,
Idiot.
fuck this guy. I'm going to go out and get 4 hits.
Yeah.
I mean, he won a World Series with the Red Sox, right?
Who? Mookie?
Yeah.
Possibly. I think so.
No. Did he?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe his last year. I feel like it hasn't been that.
2018, maybe?
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
I feel like it hasn't been that.
They won it in
recent.
18,
It's
so.
unbelievable. This guy jawing at me like he's not going to be a Hall of Famer.
No, I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth. I never said he would not be a Hall of Famer. I said I didn't think he was a first ballot Hall of Famer. There's again,
Still disrespectful.
All right, so
again for the 20th time. There's a fucking difference.
Yeah, there
so
is.
he's won 2 World Series. One with the Red Sox in 18 and
And one with the
Dodgers.
Dodgers in 20.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I knew he won with the Dodgers.
Sounds like
He
first
might win
ballot to
another
me.
one.
He sounds like Eli Manning to me. No,
that COVID year shouldn't count. Just shouldn't count.
Kiki Hernandez said, he goes, all I want is a parade. That's what he said, because they wanted, they wanted in 20 and
Yeah.
they didn't get a parade because
Yeah,
of
of
COVID.
course.
He's just like, I just want a parade. I'm like, I like that.
Do you think they're the favorite?
Yeah, they got to be.
I don't think.
I mean,
I think Yankees Open is a favorite.
if it's Yankees Dodgers,
Yeah. I mean, if it's Dodgers Cleveland, obviously Dodgers are going to be a heavy
Yeah.
favorite.
Either way you look at it.
no, I think Dodgers
outside
will
those
come
two.
out as the favorite. I think. I don't know.
I think Dodgers have home field, so I think
Yeah.
Dodgers are the
Right.
favorite in this situation. I think it's like basically a toss-up to whoever has home field, probably.
Mhm.
I don't know. Dodgers look really fucking good right now.
Yeah, they do.
They look
Beating up on the
really
Mets.
good.
I mean,
last
they
couple
have
games.
2 Hall of Famers hitting back to back. You could argue that the Yankees have 3.
Well, they have 3 too.
Not in a row.
Yeah,
No.
you're forgetting of
Not Freddie Freeman. That's
yeah,
their,
Freddie Freeman.
no, that's their coach.
No,
wait, no,
what are you
yeah,
talking
Freddie Freeman.
about?
Pays first base.
Yeah, but I think he hits
he's
cleanup.
definitely a Hall of Fame.
But he hits cleanup, no?
I mean, okay,
Well,
well,
that's what I said. I said they have 3 in a row versus 2 in a row.
He had to make
Like,
sure
of
he
course
was
they-
right.
Yeah.
yeah, maybe.
I know what I'm qualifying
Who
when I
hits third?
say.
Who is third for the Dodgers?
Lux, maybe? No.
Kiki?
No.
Or is he bet?
Kiki. I win. No, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Don't sing. No singing.
Yeah. So
Honestly, I haven't watched the Dodgers games very close because they've all been blowouts.
they all been blowouts. Yeah. Well,
I mean,
was
enough.
The first one? I don't remember, but
I also hate the Mets.
What do you mean?
So you hate the
There's
Mets?
no. Where's Freeman in here on the Dodgers?
He's Betts cleanup. Hernandez.
Hernandez.
Toscar Hernandez.
Teoscar.
Teoscar, whatever.
Toscar.
I just saw T. I
That
know
was
it's
right
like,
up there with pre-production of me trying to pronounce consonant.
No, but I'm not. I was blindly saying.
I'm saying-
I just see T, and I knew it was
No,
something
but like
along those
Landon
lines.
just being able to nail the pronunciation right afterwards.
I
I'm
know,
saying
but I
there's no
didn't see
Freeman
it.
in here.
What are you talking about? That's cleanup.
he wasn't.
It's
he didn't-
Kiermaier.
He didn't play. He didn't play yesterday.
Oh, okay, but Betts cleanup.
He didn't
normally.
need to play yesterday. They put up a fucking 11
I
spot.
was just reading the
Is
thing
he
from
hurt?
yesterday, and he's
Oh.
back.
He
It looks like he's back.
He batted third in game whatever that was game when the Dodgers won 8-0. It went Ohtani, Betts,
The
Freeman.
first game,
Yeah,
Okay.
so there you go.
or maybe the third game.
Oh yeah, look against righties. He bets third.
Makes sense.
Today he's fourth.
What a
So
qualifier.
either way,
Man.
they are both fucking stacked, and that's why I want to see that as the super. Or
But
the-
I say that, and
the
somehow
World
I'm
Series.
being mean. And somehow I'm being.
What are you being mean about?
When I said like the Tigers had like a good playoff, they had a good run.
oh
yeah.
yeah. I'm way more for the Cinderella story. I think.
I mean, I love a good Cinderella
love a
story,
good
but I also
Cinderella.
like seeing the best of the best.
What does Cleveland got to do, man? They've been putting out a good fucking product for years.
Good product.
Yeah.
They have to not play the Yankees.
You know what?
Fuck the Yankees at some point.
What usually happens is the
happened a few years
Cinderella
ago.
story makes it to the World Series and then they get killed.
Of course.
Nobody wants to see that.
Nobody does
Well,
want to see
The
that.
clock has to strike 12 at some point, right?
Right.
Well, the last year the clock struck 12 twice with the fucking Rangers and Diamondbacks.
I don't know that the Rangers were that big of a.
I mean, probably not because they got all the pitching, but they weren't.
Yeah, they had Scherzer still last year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They had
They have very good pitching.
You Darvish? Did they-
no,
no.
you doesn't win.
That's right. Yeah, he does.
He's like
They heard the Pirates are.
They have Perez.
They heard the Pirates are looking to make a run, so they're going to ship him over to
he's the
Pittsburgh.
forever home.
Perez,
He's on
yeah.
that team, and then he leaves, and then they win.
Exactly.
They also had Chapman.
They did have Chapman.
Yeah.
That's right. Man, thought that was the keystone to us making a run. We could have been the Mets this year, you know? Pirates are fucked.
One or two batters away.
Pirates are absolutely
Pirates are
One or two
cooked.
batters away.
If you just threw like
A couple bats
if you
away.
threw Judge and Ohtani on our team, would be good.
It's not wrong. Oh, speaking of, did you hear this kid out of Japan that's likely to be a free agent coming into the MLB next year?
No.
Which, I need to do more research in this because I just hear things secondary. I can't remember his name, but apparently he's 22 years old, throws 100 miles an hour.
And he wants to pay for the Pirates?
This is the problem.
He wants to play. He loves the Pirates.
The Pirates.
A rich history, man.
The Pirates can't compete. So my understanding is these guys don't go into the draft.
That's rich, buddy.
I think that they're just free agents.
Yeah, something like that. But
It's this guy?
Maybe.
No. He pitches now.
No.
He has the Dodgers hat on.
Yeah. They just signed him.
This name right here.
This one, yeah. I saw Yamamoto. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that guy's just on the Dodgers right now.
Yeah,
Tomoyuki
I think this
Sugano.
is correct. I think this
Tomoyuki Sugano.
Yes.
Heading to MLB after Japanese career.
Right. So he's 22.
Right. Illustrious career at 22.
And sources say he throws over 100, might be the greatest pitcher on the planet. No shade thrown at
Skeens.
our guy Skeens.
He turns 35, by the way.
Okay, so this is
22-year-old illustrious career in
22.
Japan.
Maybe he started at 22.
It's not him.
What do you mean? Sugano, who
The
turns...
guy I'm talking about is 22 and throws 100. Obviously, the guy who's 35 who might make his way to the United States is not
So
fucking
what's
him.
the guy's name?
I don't know, man.
Anyways, there's a guy in
It's not really
Japan.
important, is it?
22 and he throws 100. But what is the point you're trying to make here?
Matt
The point I'm
Berkey
trying to
from
make is
the
that the
past.
Pirates can never get him because
Oh.
my understanding is these guys don't go into the draft.
Gotcha.
I think that they're just they
Right.
come over as free agents.
Right. They'll either be on the Yankees
So
or the
he'll be a
Dodgers
Dodger or a
or
Yankee.
Red Sox or
Probably a
I can't
Dodger.
believe you're talking strange to me like this after seeing the name and you go, yeah, that might be him. And then it says he's 35.
It might be him. I don't know. He Googled Japanese pitcher
His
and a
name is-
name came up.
His
That's
name
actually
is
true.
Roki Sasuke.
Thank you. Andre.
Sasuke, whatever. That works.
Confirm
Toscar.
22.
Toscar
Confirm throws
Hernandez.
100.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Glad to see we finally got there.
We did it.
Jesus Christ.
You just H Christ.
Jesus H. Christ.
Henry.
Jesus Henry Christ.
So hard. It's
Take
so
a day
hard.
off, mate.
Take a day off, mate. God, I need Henry back to keep Landon in line.
What are you talking about?
He does.
This has nothing to do with me. This has everything to do with him bringing up a
Get your
35-year-old
fucking
Japanese.
feet off the table.
I'm comfortable.
Apparently,
Do
he,
not disrespect that blanket.
apparently he
not.
almost threw 2 straight perfect games. He faced 24 batters in 8 innings and struck out 14 of them.
They didn't let him go out for the ninth?
I'm not sure exactly.
It sounds that way. God, I hate modern day baseball.
Roki Sasaki.
No. The streak ended the first pitch he threw.
Oh,
Next
okay,
inning.
okay.
The
6'3"
monster of
right-hander.
Rewa.
Maybe.
Sure. They get the sickest nicknames over there. You know, it's just like they have so much like folklore in their culture. They just get to be the monster of Rewa.
You're like the demon of the East.
Yeah, it's just like.
Apparently, he's a little skinny.
Also, by the way, can we talk about the other day when I was remarking about how surprising it was to me that Ohtani stole 50 bases, and you said, yeah, he's sneaky fast. I watched this motherfucker go first to home yesterday. He's not sneaky fast.
He's just fast.
No, he's not fast at all. He looked like he was carrying a goddamn piano.
Oh, he's got a banged up knee.
That happened later in the game. That happened in the 8th inning.
No more excuses.
He fouled the ball off his knee.
He's just sharp at stealing.
Yes, that's what it is. So apparently, in the offseason, he said, since I'm not going to pitch, I want to become the best base runner in the league. And he went to his coach, and basically they just slaved over becoming a better base runner. I guess he like scouts the pitchers and their moves and their tendencies and everything. This motherfucker's not fast at all. He's like average speed.
Amazing.
Maybe below.
That
I don't
just
even
makes it
know.
amazing.
All I know is Mookie Betts is a hell of a lot faster than him, and he didn't steal 50 fucking bases. What an anomaly. Less.
Yeah.
Under.
Right.
Lower.
Lower.
For sure lower.
Is it about speed? Well, Otani's like
Well, we
taller.
always thought it was, right?
It's speed and technique, but I guess you're really good at the technique. If you get a really good jump and you can slide know how to avoid tags and slide, you're gonna be a good base.
Like if you're good at timing,
He's also very tall.
That's what I'm saying.
really
He's long,
strides.
so like he can
jump,
reach
the jump
base.
is very
How
important.
tall is it?
Like 6'5", 6'4".
Oh, I didn't know.
6'4", I think.
Yeah.
He's Judge. Well, he's like Judge, but not. He's Judge if Judge wasn't on steroids.
Judge is not on steroids.
No, you're right. He's on way more than
He's
that.
6'4".
Judge looks like a goddamn action figure.
Dude, I was watching his swing the other
does.
day, and the way he rolls his fucking shoulders back to come into his swing is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. It's just like a perfect shoulder circle.
He is
and just
actually
comes through it.
He is actually physically built like a home plate. I'm not kidding. Like his shoulders are like straight across, down, and then into a V. The motherfucker is built like a home plate. Like he is out of a lab somewhere.
He has such a beautiful swing.
I must break you.
I hate the Yankees. God, do I hate the Yankees.
I was talking about Otani.
No, Otani's
His
unbelievable.
swing, the way he his shoulder rolls before he swings. I don't know. He rolls his shoulder into his swing, and it's just fucking pretty.
He should play some golf.
He just does something that's very remarkable in the sense that he manages to keep his swing very short and compact while being incredibly long through the zone. Maybe I'm misstating that.
Man,
sorry, he's short through the zone, but he's very long in his finish. Only Griffey comes to mind that was able to be because when you think of Bonds, that swing was short and compact the whole way through. Griffey was his swing's so fucking beautiful.
It really is.
If Jordan's the jump man, making Griffey the swing man was absolutely the right choice. But you see how long he is even in his stance.
Oh, to step into reach and
more so just the space between his arms and his body to compact that to go from there to being short. It's so much bat speed.
Right.
That is just so much bat speed there. It's incredible what he's able to do. He's such a freak athlete. You actually can see his weight transition from back to front, which in a lot of players, Bryce Harper comes to mind. You really see that transition, and that's where so much of his power comes from.
Yeah.
He's a freak too. His swing's gorgeous to watch.
Can't watch it anymore.
He's out.
Mets sent their ass home.
What are you gonna do?
Man, can the Mets pick one up today? That's the question.
No shot.
They can't pick
They
up
better.
one up? Hopefully the fucking Dodgers
No
decide
shot.
to throw another
Winner go
bullpen
home.
game.
It's a 50. It's a 50-50
Oh, no, it's what?
on the little predictor thing.
Yeah, stop looking at fucking ESPN for
Are they
your-
scammers?
for your-
They're
They're
scammers.
scammers, bro, okay? Stop coming with these ESPN predictions. They're
Why are they
so bad.
Why are they scam?
They're just bad.
But why?
Ever since they became part of a casino, they're just out here trying to get people to fucking buy the
Flattery's
scam.
pitching today, so good luck, Mets.
So-
Last time you saw him, you got 0.
Yeah, them winning an elimination game at this point is going to be tough. They're in New York though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe they got an outside chance. tonight.
Hopefully, I mean, that would be awesome.
They're not going to. I'll tell you this: they're not going to win the series.
I mean,
It'll
who
be
knows?
tough. It'll be real tough.
Who knows? If they win this one, Dodgers decide to throw a bullpen
I will
game
tell you
at some
this.
point.
I will tell you this though: Cleveland right now is plus 1100 to make the World Series.
No way. Get out of here.
Both teams are throwing a bullpen game tonight.
Are they?
Yeah,
What does that mean?
they're starting non-starters.
What?
So the Indians are throwing a guy who hasn't pitched in 25 days.
How can the
He's
Indians?
rested.
Should be, yeah, should be.
What? I don't understand this.
Also, the Indians bullpen is the most taxed bullpen in all of baseball. They had more combined innings than
Than any
any
other
other team in
Yeah.
baseball. And the Yankees was like the worst bullpen in baseball until
real
now.
bad.
So
It's
the
picking up
Indians
now.
were like the best, and the Yankees were like the worst, and it's completely inverse now in the playoffs.
Oh, I mean, we're not throwing a bullpen game. We're throwing Luis Gill. We're throwing our rookie. He's basically rookie of the year.
Yeah, I have no idea. I guess he just hasn't pitched.
No, this isn't a
really
bullpen
good.
game.
But he hasn't pitched in a while, correct?
He might have not pitched in a couple.
I think they said 13 days.
That makes sense. But yeah, he's really fucking good.
I don't know. It sounds like Conrad's weekend warrior pick.
Well, I mean, bullpen pitchers are good too. The point is that he's not a part of the rotation.
Love it plus
Maybe
1100.
just not in the playoffs. He wasn't, or just on. Yeah.
He was part of the rotation during the regular season.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, sorry. Efro corrected me. That makes way more sense. He said the Mets are plus 1,100, Cleveland's plus 300, which
There
makes
you go.
way more sense.
Right.
I must have been reading the graphic backwards.
Must have.
Because, well,
What would we do without Efro?
I don't
Get
know.
more things wrong as soon as we say
Right.
them.
Efro is perfect as the chat stat boy.
He
He
is.
just followed you. He just followed
No,
you.
he followed the group.
I
can't believe
he's
we're-
been following me.
I can't believe they're plus 300 though.
Why? You think it should be worse?
A little bit, slightly. Like 300 is they come back 3 out of
It's
10 times.
I mean, the series is 2-2. It's 2-2, right? Yeah, it's 2-2. And
No,
they're
it's
still at
2-1.
home.
2-1.
2-1 Yankees.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. 2-1, but they still have 2 more games in Cleveland,
Yeah, I guess.
right?
Yeah,
So it's hard to win games on the road
Yeah.
yeah.
in the playoffs.
Plus 300. Yeah, I guess that's not bad.
Or at least in theory, it's
Yeah,
hard.
I mean, it's only 1 out of 3 times. they're gonna-
yeah.
Divisional games, man. You want to stay away from those.
Divisional games in London
This isn't a
with 2 of the fucking worst teams in baseball, or in football, rather. You want to stay away from those.
I don't know. Jacksonville seems pretty sick.
I hate you so much. I'm so tired
I'm
of
so
this.
mad I didn't do Denver last night. I was sitting on the couch with Landon. I was like, I think I'm going to pick Denver tonight.
Should have.
I was so close to doing it,
Should've.
man. I was
Did
so
they win?
sick. Did they win? My God.
New Orleans forgot to field a team. They found
You're
out.
not
They
wrong.
found out in the third quarter that they were playing Thursday Night Football yesterday. They're like, "Oh shit! Anybody coming?
That's what they did.
Just Kamara? Okay, cool."
That's what they did the fucking week before, where they played the Bucks, and then they forgot about it again, all in the second quarter.
Yeah, remember we thought New Orleans was going to be a force to
what
reckon.
happened to
thought they
Derek
were
Carr?
gonna
Well,
Good.
Derek Carr got hurt.
Yeah.
Olave's out, and so is
Shahid's out for the
Rashid-
season.
Shahid's out for the season.
That's their
season.
big play guy.
Yeah.
He's done. So
Right.
they're done.
So
They lost all hope.
their whole offense is decimated. And it's like Kamara can't do it all.
Sounds like us losing
Hey,
an entire
man.
offensive line.
You're just trying to say that Jacksonville is not a 11 to 20 team, so you don't want to use them at all.
Correct. I think they are a sub 20 team in the grand scheme of things, and also
They're gonna lose in London this weekend.
right.
Relax, relax.
This is my
Why are they
fear.
going to lose to the Patriots that can't score?
Patriots got a new quarterback. He looks
Drake
good.
May?
Drake May looked great last
Yeah.
week.
He did.
The Patriots still have a competent defense, and Jacksonville is like the most give up team I've ever seen in the NFL. Like when things start trending poorly for Jacksonville specifically, they turn into the Browns.
Yeah,
Where it doesn't matter how
That-
talented they are,
that
they
was
don't
all-
win games.
But the Patriots are also almost my weekend warrior pick. But I couldn't do it. Couldn't.
Yeah.
I just can't
Why not, though?
bet on the Patriots.
Well, they still suck too. But point is not that
My heart wouldn't let me do it.
correct. That's also true.
So I
The,
bet
the, the
the
point is
Steelers.
not that that like it's obvious who's going to win that game and that like Jacksonville can't win or Patriots can't win or something. The point is like you don't fucking touch it.
Dude.
They're off in London. Who knows what that Jacksonville
Right.
seems to have been there for like 8 weeks.
Why do they always have a London
This
game?
this
'Cause
week
they
is
suck.
This week is very
But what
interesting.
you want, like doesn't make sense. Like
You
if you're
don't
trying to-
tax playoff teams.
But if you're trying to promote like your league, then you put like you showcase it.
They don't know the difference.
They have.
They don't watch the NFL, man.
Yes, they do.
They get the same product. They're going to see a game that ends in a score. Like, do you think we need to see Manchester United
I
if they
think-
fucking send over 2 England teams to
Yeah.
play soccer?
I think
here?
everybody that goes to those games are like
they
big
love
into
it.
the NFL.
They love
No
it.
way, because they get a massive fucking turnout.
Bro, they-
like when they did Berlin, I think it was, or somewhere in Germany, it got like 90,000 people.
Yeah,
Dude,
those
those are
people-
not all diehards.
They
It has
love
to be.
football. Why would they not love an event where they get to just scream and drink all the time?
Yeah, I'm with Landon 100%. These guys,
you can convince me
They
to go to
actually-
anything
no,
where
no
that's
bullshit,
going on.
No
Yeah.
bullshit. They love the Jaguars because they're there so much.
Exactly.
It's like their team.
Right. And honestly, I think that like maybe 30% of them just thought they were showing up to a soccer match, and then found out they were getting drunk in an actual football game.
They were pleasantly
They
surprised.
said if like London like would get a team, it would be like Jacksonville like moving there.
Well, that's the same with like Buffalo and Toronto, right? Like not just proximity, but also because the availability to play there.
Okay.
It makes a lot of sense because Khan has a lot of businesses over there. Like he owns a part of a London soccer team. Khan is the owner of the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Can we have this conversation? Because this week's Survivor is kind of nuts.
Or it's just
Yeah.
nuts in that there are a lot of plus, like really plus matchups.
A lot of good spots. It makes me want to go with the Jaguars too.
I hate you both.
That's what I mean is like, how different is Jacksonville -6 versus Rams -7? And you're going to say it's so much different.
I think it's a big difference when you start to factor in that they're both playing in London.
They're not
Like-
both
and
playing
also-
in London. Rams are at home.
Oh no, I didn't say both. I said they, as in Jacksonville.
You said they're both playing in London, but you meant
I don't think I did, but
You
anyway.
did,
you
Well, we can check the fucking tape.
We
We
don't
will
have
check
to.
the tape.
Okay,
You're
we
wrong.
will.
We don't have to. Move on.
And then on top of that, it's like the Rams are a significantly better team than Jacksonville. Like
But-
significantly.
But
What
they-
would you
they
consider
have
the Raiders to the Patriots, though?
It's funny.
Comparable.
It's funny because you
The
say
Raiders
they're
might be worse somehow.
You say they're significantly better, but like their Cooper Cup, I don't think is in. Like
he might be in this week.
it's a possibility. We don't
Yeah.
know yet. Like their other wide receiver Puka is not there. Like they're decimated as well.
Puka's IR, Cooper's
Yeah.
questionable.
Like they're decimated. So like it's,
They're hurt.
Max Crosby's questionable
They're
for
not
Vegas.
decimated.
What do you mean?
Vegas is decimated.
That's two of their fucking star wide receivers. Who's
Oh, you want to talk about two of their star wide receivers? Who's Vegas running out there?
I mean,
They just
Devontae
traded
Adams gone.
Devontae. Jacobs is or
have
Jacoby
Brock-
Myers is
Jacoby Myers is out.
He's
they have
doubtful.
No, he's
Brock
out.
Bowers.
He's out.
It's doubtful.
He's out.
Doubtful is out.
He's out.
Which
It's
is worse,
Thursday.
doubtful or questionable?
Listen, this is
Doubtful.
all good for Brock Bowers holders because that guy's a beast.
Okay, so they're gonna dump off to the tight end for the entire game and beat the Rams. Like I ain't buying it.
Yeah, it feels like Stafford's going to have a comeback.
Yeah,
in here.
like they have Stafford at the helm, not fucking Trevor Lawrence.
Don't get me wrong.
I mean,
I just don't think.
I don't.
I like the Rams.
Not
I
too
like
far off.
Washington, of course.
Washington's -9.5. The Bills are -8.5.
Yeah. It's just at some point I feel like we have to use these bad teams that are never going to get used again.
Rams
because
seem great though.
Like the Jaguars.
no,
No, 'cause
they'll
Matt's-
never need used
Matt's
at all.
saying
Period.
you don't need to pick them at all for the contest, so you don't have to take them.
Right.
You have to take 20 teams, and like we can comfortably say that the Browns, the Jags, the Carolina, they don't need to make the cut.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
You know, there just isn't a matchup where. And honestly, I would have thrown Denver in the mix, but like you could have made a case for them yesterday.
I was so
No,
close,
I mean
man.
you can't make a case with what you have available this week.
Agreed.
But that's the reason why I didn't do it. I was like, man, there's fucking 4 matchups, including the Jaguars. That's
Yeah.
like just so
Like touchdown
much better.
favorites.
Well, that's like
It would have been nice to just
But
have
it-
it done one
it
and
was
then
just
just watch
so
everybody
obvious.
else and to sweat everyone else.
I
God,
mean
it was
the
so
whole
obvious.
the whole like EV when it comes to the survivor pool is being aware when you can take a team that's a big favorite with low ownership in relation to what the pool chooses. Correct?
Yeah. Well, I
Some
think the ownership thing is a bit overstated as the pool shrinks. So the fewer teams that remain, the ownership aspect of it becomes a lot less of a priority. Like, of course, it's still one of the top 3 things that you decide upon, but winning is so important. So it's like when you have a team like last week in Philly that was 82% to win, it's really, really hard to move off of them.
Man, they almost lost.
I know.
That would've been
We
beautiful.
almost fucking faded it.
I think
and
I
just
gotta stay away
cranked it.
from Cincinnati this week.
Cincy always feels dicey.
They're playing Cleveland, like it's a divisional.
That's what I said.
game. Like,
Divisional
I'm-
game on the road.
I don't fucking
Even though the
like
Browns
it.
are the fucking worst, like
Yeah.
this is
I
gonna
can
be
see
a
the
3-point
Browns being-
game.
There's
Yeah.
a good chance that Nick Chubb comes back this
Right.
week. Does he?
Nick Chubb is coming back this week, almost certainly, but they said they're going to monitor
Limited
his reps,
capacity.
so
Yeah.
we don't know how much
Until
he's going
it's
to.
a fucking
Yeah.
four.
He's going to be active, but we don't
7-7
know.
game.
Yeah.
I mean, how bad is taking Washington if we think that ownership's going to be split pretty heavy this week?
My case,
It's Washington -9.5.
my argument was that if we thought Washington was going to split ownership with Buffalo and LA, then Washington becomes a very sexy pick.
Yeah.
Even though the EV of it is like 0. It's just basically like break even.
Well, like we're not worried about making EV this week because of the ability to stay in the tournament.
But like here's where it becomes tricky because there's a big delta there. So Circa is projecting it to be 40. where the public is 33. Like if it's at 33, I'm in. If it's 40, now all of a sudden like maybe we're giving too much up.
Yeah.
Same thing with like Buffalo. Like Circa is projected at 23. Public on them is way heavier on Buffalo.
The next time we really want to use them,
like
too,
we're
it's
torching
5
Buffalo.
weeks.
By the way, we're torching if we take a team as good as Buffalo and they have 31% ownership.
Agreed.
Right.
In my opinion,
I see what you're saying.
I think we're just absolutely torching
But like,
there.
I guess this is where the Jacksonville conversation comes in, because you get a -6 with 5% ownership. You know,
That's the public. If they go at 10, it's a negative EV pick, and you're choosing the worst fucking team in the league.
but I don't. Right, I would gamble that it's
not the
lower than
worst team.
10%.
They're definitely
ownership.
not the worst team. They definitely have a
5.
quarterback that's fucking very good.
Yeah,
he
top
just
5.
needs to get his shit together.
Do they have a win this year?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're 1-5.
They beat
Or one-
Indianapolis.
Yeah, they have
They
a quarter.
They did. They won the week I said they're going to win.
In style,
They
they
did.
beat them.
They were
The only
only-
team
they
they've
gave
ever
it up.
beaten in the
They
last
stink,
3 years.
but they're not good. Don't get me wrong. But,
No, but think,
I will say
think
that
of it this way: like, I will bet you that the ownership is lower than 10.
For Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course, it's projected lower than 10.
Lower than
what
lower
a
than
bold
9.
statement.
Lower than 9. Whatever the number is. Like, I think Jacksonville becomes like a decently high EV pick, because it's going to be like around
It can't be a high EV pick.
6% or lower.
It cannot be a high EV pick.
Even if it's a 5%
It
owner.
can be.
If it's a 5%
It
owner.
can be a plus EV
If they're
pick.
-6 and they're only owned 5%, that
There's-
has to be plus EV. Right?
There's a big discrepancy between the term high EV pick and plus EV pick.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to be the best pick of the week. That's for sure. But we're not worried about that. Well, you're not worried
They're
about
one of the
that.
biggest favorites, right?
No, they're like
Not
4th
this
or
week.
5th.
Yeah. Because this week there's Washington -9.5, Buffalo -8.5, Rams -7.
Okay.
But you're concerned about using really bad teams.
Cincy also.
Like, they're 5.5.
Yeah.
So Jacksonville's -6.
I'm really out of
Greater
it.
than-
Cincy.
But like, you're very aware that at some point we need to not pick really good teams with high ownership.
We use New Orleans, which is middle of the pack.
We use New Orleans?
Yeah. We use them week 1.
That's perfect.
Nice.
So
I'm glad we got them out of the way, because they suck now.
We got
They were
New-
good then, they're bad now.
we got New Orleans out of the way. And the Jets are to be determined if they're a top 10 team or not.
We'll find out this weekend.
Which we used. We'll use the Steelers next week versus the Giants, almost certainly. If we don't use Washington this week, we'll probably use them week, I think, 13.
They play Tennessee.
What do
Yeah,
we do?
against Tennessee.
What do we do if
And we're using the Bears on Christmas. Outside of that, we don't have any middle 10 teams slated anywhere, and we've already used 5 or 6 top 10 teams.
Right.
So at some point, the rubber meets the road. Like we have 3 or 4 spots where we've chosen a non-top 10 team. We've already exhausted 5 or 6 of the top 10 teams. So the ratio of good options versus bad options is becoming more and more slanted towards bad options.
Look, hear me
And
out.
we have weeks like this where it's just Washington is like a lock.
Hear me out. But I feel like, I mean, the ownership of Washington is going to be so high if we've learned anything from the pool. Like, the Eagles' ownership was so high last week that if we picked the Eagles, it would have been a bad idea, regardless of them winning.
Yeah.
Correct?
Well, because there were better options, yes.
So that's why, like, even though you say Jacksonville's not a top 20 team, where they're at now with the win percentage they have and the ownership, it almost makes it seem like it's a good choice, because then you never have to use them again, and you get to keep Washington and the Rams.
What becomes clear to me of why they're not a good choice is because their ownership is sensitive at sub 10%. So they're negative EV at a 9% ownership, which to me just says that this is a stay away game. If they need to be owned by less than 5% of the field for them to even be making money, it just cannot be worth the risk with 200 people left in the pool.
But I guess where I'm going with this is, doesn't the pick become significantly greater than the 1.0 that it needs to be if the ownership is, let's say, 3%?
I'm saying no.
You're saying,
If it's sensitive that it's losing money at 9% ownership, it can't be making that much money at 3%.
well, what we did learn from using the tools is that if too many people pick the high-owned team, everything becomes pretty attractive.
Everything becomes slightly more
Like with
attractive.
the Falcons,
It's all relative.
The Falcons became a huge, like, plus 1.07 when they were losing. They were like 0.98.
Right, but the reason was because all of the ownership got pooled in Philly.
Yes.
So it shot Baltimore's EV like it doubled Baltimore's EV, and it effectively increased, Atlanta's EV from negative to positive.
But that was a huge swing. Like, you liked Falcons.
But it was because, I did like Falcons if we could have predicted what happened with Houston. It was because that ownership was split between exactly Philly and Houston that allowed the other teams to benefit.
But you think there's so many choices.
But that's not what ended up happening. So what had to happen for Atlanta to become plus EV was that it all just went exactly to Philly. Because the ownership of Houston was half of what was expected, their EV went up slightly, Atlanta's EV went up a ton, Baltimore's EV went up a ton, and Philly's EV dropped to significantly negative. It has to pool in a way where the downside risk now is being absorbed by the majority of the people who are on a high-owned team. And that's precisely what happened with Philly last week, where had they lost, 51% of the pool was just out.
Yes. This week, there's more diversity and good options.
Correct. So it's unlikely to see that level of over-ownership between Washington, Buffalo, and LA.
But it is likely that one of these teams loses, right? It's more likely that one of the top 4, call it heavy favorites, lose.
I mean, you can probably just do the math on it. I assume it's probably like sub 20%, maybe 15%. It's probably less than that.
You think it's less than 15% that one of them
let's
loses?
Just assume
out of
all 4 of them are 80% to win, right? It's 80% times 80% times 80% times 80%, right? So you or do you do the not? This is why I don't do math on here.
Well, if that's the case, then if they all win, that's 40% to happen. 0.8 times 0.8 times 0.8 times 0.8, which means it's more likely one of them loses.
Right, but I can't remember. You might do the not here. Either way, it might be 20% of 20% of 20% of 20%. Either way, like it's not an impossibility that one of them loses, of course.
It's probably just worth looking at like numbers and projected ownership and seeing how things change. Because like Falcons became such a good pick, man.
Yeah, of course, but like you can't know what you don't know. So it's like
no, but we can assume based off of like previous weeks that I feel like Washington's just going to get hammered this week.
Possibly. So we fade Washington. Fine. There's a lot of other attractive picks.
Yeah.
I just don't see Jacksonville being one of them. In my opinion, like whenever if the EV of the team that you're trying to pick is super sensitive to like single digit movements in ownership, they just can't really be on the table because our ability to project ownership is like way too far.
Well, weren't the Falcons pretty low ownership?
Yeah,
like, theoretically. And
yeah, but it had nothing to do with that. They could have been owned 0% and their EV still would have been close to break even. It had everything to do with where the rest of that ownership went.
I see. Just because it wasn't
they were getting over owned. It was that everybody else was distributing a certain way.
Yeah.
These models are tough.
Yeah.
These models are really tough, and if like they were super easy to just dissect, like
there would be no competition.
Yeah,
right?
it's like I'm only talking from a vantage point of like knowing very, very little. You know, it's like having played around with these things and having some idea of how they estimate what the EV is. The other thing is like a big issue with the model itself is that it assumes the pool ends tomorrow.
Right. You're not taking in future game.
Right. So it's like the reason why it puts such a high priority on low ownership is because then you chop the pool with fewer people.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that seems like a really good thing.
Yeah. Right. And then that's why it likes the really high EV picks. Like Baltimore was so high because most likely the ownership that's going to be put on them isn't as high as like the heavy favorite, and you win a lot.
It basically just like, you know, to humanize what the algorithm's doing, it doesn't understand why such a heavy favorite is not being chosen.
More.
It doesn't understand why it has 8% ownership.
Does Circa facilitate a chop?
I think so.
All right, I'm going to try to get a 200-man chop going.
Get it. Work the horns, baby. Work the horns.
Let's go. Ladies event at the win.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting choice. Obviously, the most fun of all of this is fighting back and forth every single day.
The group chat's unbelievable. We had an entire anger conversation about what hedging means.
Like we're just drawing so dead, but
we lie.
But having life week over week,
so
it just keeps things going.
This whole conversation led me to pick the Jags.
You picked them?
I'm in.
Nice.
If that's not a top signal,
yeah,
I don't know what.
Right,
I don't know. I like Jags at -3 against the Colts, man.
You should join.
If we take the Jags, I'm selling my piece.
So good.
Honestly.
Which is so good, too, because if we picked the Jags, would have won and the Seahawks would have been out.
Yeah, well, the only thing we could have done wrong that week was take the Seahawks, apparently. Let's get into our Weekend Warrior picks and get out of here.
Yeah.
It's time.
Let's go!
What is poppin', everybody? And we are here with our Weekend Warrior to hear Burke's down bad 1-800-GAMBLER same game parlay once again. What's poppin', Burke? What we got going?
Okay, first of all, I'm really fucking close.
You're close.
I'm really close to nailing one of these things. Okay.
Oh, because it like progresses closer and closer as week goes on.
I've gotten incredibly unlucky.
His first parlay was very, very, very close.
So you're going.
Is that sarcastic?
Sounds like literally you were on the 1 yard line, or I can't remember what it was. Like
if Dallas doesn't score that game winner, I scoop.
Yeah.
I fucking scoop. And then last week we had the shot. I knew that fucking pick was coming. All I had to do was how did the fucking Raiders not cover 16.5 points?
This is how Vegas gets rich, man.
What do we got this week, Burke?
This week,
This week, we're back at it again.
I'll admit I'm a bit out on a limb this week.
You have second string
Basically, for all intent and purposes, it's been announced, but not quite announced, but mostly announced that Russell Wilson will be the starter.
Unlimited.
I have no faith in Russell Wilson. First of all, our line is a goddamn mess. We're playing second and third teamers across the board,
right?
With the exception of our left tackle. He's our only starter. Dan Moore is the only starter.
He's your only hope
from day one who's left in there. I mean, Broderick Jones was meant to be a starter, but he's had a really bad year. So who knows what the fuck's going on here. The only thing that was saving us was Fields' escapability. The one thing that I criticized him over, where I said, I don't know if a running quarterback is exactly what's going to win us a Super Bowl. I'll tell you this much. It's at least going to get us out of week 8.
Okay.
And now we got Russ back there, like a sitting goddamn duck. This ain't Denver. Those stats last year, Denver had a little bit of an offense.
This ain't horrible.
Okay? They had a little bit of offense. They had Cortland Sutton. We don't have Cortland Sutton.
You're Pickens.
Would love to have Cortland Sutton.
Yeah. Love to have anybody. Really.
Yeah. Who's their other guy they had last year they got rid of?
Jared
Judy, yeah.
Jerry Judy.
He went to Cleveland. He's now their guy somehow now that Amari Cooper's out.
He really is.
He's really fucked. He's on the waiver wire in fantasy if anybody wants to know how bad he's doing. We don't have a Jerry Judy. We have Pickens and 3 nameless, faceless receivers that nobody has seen catch a pass all goddamn season long.
You guys gave Claypool away.
Bro, what?
Claypool.
That was years ago, and that was we stole from the Bears. We literally stole from the Bears. You want to know what we got in return for him?
Justin Fields. I know.
We got a 2nd round pick that got turned into Joey Porter Jr., who is a lockdown fucking corner. You want to know what they got? They got 6 games of Claypool doing TikTok dances on the fucking sideline before they shipped his ass off elsewhere.
Then when we went to Miami.
He's not even in the league anymore.
I don't think so.
He was in Miami for a minute, but I don't think he's in the league anymore.
Well, Burke,
he stinks.
Did you finish your?
I did not. But anyway, so Fields is going to score a touchdown. In spite of not being a starter.
Right.
I don't know how that's going to happen, but it's going to happen.
They're going to bring in like a Philly special-esque kind of play for him.
I told you I like that. Somehow he's going to they're going to find the way to get close to the goal line. And
either Russ isn't going to complete the game and he's going to get one that way, or he's going to be in a goal line package. I'm not going to lie to you.
If he was a second stringer behind Goff and playing for the Lions, valid.
Okay, fair. Yeah, fair.
They'll find a trick play for him.
I still think they'll find a trick play for him. I teased the Steelers up.
I do agree with that.
I bought the alternative line here. Steelers plus 3.5. 3 and a hook. They were 1.5 regularly, so I took the alternative spread of 3.5.
They were minus 1.5.
And then I teased up the under to 43. I don't think this is gonna be a high scoring game. The over under was 38.5, I believe.
39.
A little uncomfortable with that price. I don't feel good about picking over or under there, but I feel good about the under 43 here.
All right.
Okay.
What you working with?
I mean, I have a very similar. Imagine that. I have a very similar one.
Okay.
Mine is more simple. It's just I just took the Steelers at the line that they gave us, which is plus 1.5.
Okay.
And under 39. Lower than 39. I do believe it is going to be a low scoring game. It's one of those. Two very good defenses going up 2 not so great offenses.
Jets run D sucks.
Yeah, I mean,
One of the worst in the league.
Yeah, but like, I
So
just
we
see,
benched Fields.
I just don't see. Yeah, I know. So right, I just don't see Russ getting it done. But I do see our like defense. I see it being a very, very close game, low scoring. So I think with the +1.5, I can see this being a 16-13 game, right? Like the Steelers basically are going to win this game without scoring 20 points.
Yep.
That's how I see it. So I took Steelers plus the
TJ
1.5 points,
bro.
and under 39. I'm glad that I saw that you teased the Steelers, or you took the alternative line minus
I bought
3.5
points.
but then you also bumped the over under up, which I think is good because if it's still at 39 and now you have the Steelers minus 3.5, it becomes dicey where you have to like
Plus 3.5.
Yeah, it'd been minus 3.
No, I don't have that much faith.
The Steelers are at home.
Bro,
and they're
Russ
dogs.
can't cook.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine because like you don't want to be in a situation where you need him to score, but then they can't score because it'll go over. And
Are you guys gonna give him an apology if he just like kills this weekend?
I think they have to.
No, but I'll root for it.
Yeah.
The thing is it's not even necessarily a value judgment against Russ. It's more so against like what we're offering him. Yeah, he has no offensive line. He has nobody to throw to.
What are you cooking with?
And he just like does not utilize the tight end at all.
He's dust, bro, and your guys are dead.
Happens.
We'll see.
What are you cooking with, Landon?
I have bet against my home.
Again.
Colts -3.
You just can't find another game, huh?
Well, if I don't want to bet on the Fins, I will bet adjacent to the Fins.
All right.
And
You
I
ain't
think
with us, you're against us.
I'm rooting for a tank year from them, and I don't think they can score. And I think either it's Richardson or Flacco. Who knows who plays for the Colts? They kind of have a coin flip before the game.
For your sake, I hope it's Flacco. Richardson.
I don't know.
Looking back on that game, I wish he hadn't gotten hurt.
I know. What I said.
Yeah.
So I will take the Colts with the points, and they will probably win.
Minus the points.
Yeah, the Colts with the negative points.
Right. Okay.
$50 for bankroll management. Thank you, Guapo.
Same.
Guapo,
Same.
what you
if I'm
working
gonna
with?
fire these parlays, Guapo, you've talked me into it. No more high risk parlays.
Gotcha.
Guapo's about
My
to-
cousin is fighting this weekend, so I'm taking Anthony Hernandez.
Oh, okay.
Plus 145. I'm actually going to the fight. I'll be there with my aunt to support him. So
Nice.
good luck to him.
That's racist. That's not your cousin.
You don't have an aunt.
I mean, we could be. we could be related somewhere down the line.
Oh man! All right, let's see. What does the No Gamble No Future boys got for us this week? We got Jeff Platt going with Charlotte plus 17.
We got to stop letting this guy pick.
He's got 440 on it. The line is moving in his favor. It is at 16.5 now. I just saw it.
He's so sharp.
Let's see. And
We got to get him off
Cook
college
this
football.
motherfucker.
well, our other friend is going to cook himself, of course.
I mean, he won last week.
Hank's putting a $150 parlay in. He's got Louisiana Tech minus 10.5 and Arkansas State minus 6.5.
Did he tease any of these?
Tastefully.
I don't think so. It looks
Okay.
like
Looks like a
150
parlay.
to win 400. It looks
Efro
like
said next year's Weekend Warrior will include one nonsense parlay, or for Hanks, a teaser that's wildly illogical, and then one real play.
that's so good. And
Don't do Matt Hunt like that.
Oh, Hunty. Sorry, where you at, Hunt? I'm sorry.
He's on your
Let's
right.
see.
On the screen, Matt.
All right, so Hunt's going back to soccer. You know what happened at soccer, Hunt? You don't do too well. He's taking Liverpool over Chelsea. He's actually taking the total of the Mets under three goals, I guess.
3.25
Yeah,
goals.
whatever.
Why 2-5?
Who knows?
That's just the way they do it.
The way they
Yeah.
do it. You know how we do a half? They do 0.25,
Right,
I guess.
Sure.
And he's taking the Wolves or the Manchester City versus the Wolves. He's taking Manchester City money line. So he's wagering 100 to win 166.
Okay.
If there's no greater signal that we know absolutely nothing about sports betting, which, by the way, this is not financial advice. We do not know what we're doing. No. It should be the amount of parlays that get thrown around this room.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I got a nice one for you,
Like, we
too.
don't know how to pick a single fucking game, but we're just going to string a bunch of shit together.
Yeah, this is so funny. We had a beautiful conversation one day, and now all you do is just fire same game parlays.
Oh, man, that was the worst thing.
You have to be. It's amazing.
Platt knew what he was fucking doing, by the way. He saw me catching a little steam. He knew that, like, Steelers with the spread was going to be a pretty consistently good pick throughout the year. And he goes, you know what I should introduce to Berkey? Let's get him off this Pinnacle shit. Let's bring DraftKings same game parlay in here. I bet he'll be real interested in some fucking over-unders.
Yeah. Higher lowers.
Higher lowers.
He loves the Steelers. He knows how to...
Look how many people he can pick from
anytime
on the team.
Touchdowns.
Yeah, anytime
Strong,
TDs.
Strong to think that he was thinking about you.
Absolute crack.
Strong to think. I'm actually calmed down a little bit this week.
Okay.
I calmed down this week.
Put the whole
Not
roll
all
on one
in.
game.
No, we're not all in, but I feel very good about my picks. I'm going with UNLV minus 6.5.
They just lost their quarterback,
Rebels.
their running back,
they've
and I
been
think their
gone.
coach
come
quit
on.
too.
No.
My dude, fucking their quarterback has been putting up absurd
Your
numbers.
coach, yeah.
The new,
Relax.
the new
Yes,
quarterback?
yes.
Haji
Okay.
Malik killing.
Okay.
Cooking. My man is cooking.
Sounds like it.
All right. And I'm taking Indiana.
Indiana head
Minus
coach,
6.5.
head coach Signetti from Leechburg, Pennsylvania.
Right.
Great.
How
Pride
much
of
are you
Leechburg.
wagering, Connie?
I'm wagering 500 to win 17.
Oh no.
500.
Yep. I
What's
feel
your
good.
bankroll at?
I don't know. I don't know what happened last year.
No, do you have
Does
500?
he have 500?
I have at least 12. I think.
Okay.
He has $1,200.
I might have like 15.
Who let him win?
What are you talking
He
about?
went all in
I've
on the
been-
Chargers
I've
that
been
1 week.
steadily like chilling.
Yeah, real fucking steady
I
as he
bet
fired
who-
the $500.
Who controls the?
I bet $100 last
That would be
week,
Connie.
I think.
Yeah, which we're like weeks off of.
I'm gonna
just having
No,
update.
I just.
I'm gonna
we
need to
have
see the
one-
books. I
He's
think you might be
cooking the
cooking the
books.
books
These
over
books
there.
are
Guys,
cooked.
you
Yeah,
guys
he's
are
not
dumb.
cooking. He's cooking
These
the
books are fucking
You guys
cooked.
are dumb.
These are Breaking Bad cooked.
Yeah.
You guys are dumb.
I got hit with
Listen,
a
so
white-
bad because you guys
Yeah.
just can't win. Is that the thing here? You guys just can't win?
I can't wait for it to be
You guys
collectively $400 richer as you light this on fire.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna be so excited when one of these fucking.
Conrad, 1500.
No, he lost last week. How much did you
Okay.
lose last week? 100?
These are not
I guess
updated from
100.
last
These are
week.
definitely
Okay,
not
so you have
updated.
$14.95, which means
that
he's gonna
sounds
have
about
$9.95.
Is that what I'm going to have?
I just need
Or
to.
am I going to be in first place?
I'm taking loose cannon strategy. I just need to stay within striking distance of Platt, where I can just be all in the final week. This
That's
is
a
what it's
strong
gonna take.
strat. You need to do that.
Yeah, well, I need to rip off
I mean,
one
you
of these
can
parts.
you're always in like shooting
Yeah, you could
distance.
just- you could just-
parlay it
Oh,
out.
the parlay I'm gonna have the
10
final
team?
week.
You might need a 10-teamer to beat him.
Ooh, baby. Oh, with the same game parlay I'm gonna have. Everybody on the Steelers is scoring that week, baby.
No, they're not because it's the Super Bowl and they won't be there. So enjoy that one.
The fuck out of here.
This fucking dumbass shit.
All right, let's get out of here. I'm ready for lunch.
Lunch time.
Congratulations once again to our Gold Pass winner.
Why can't you say his name?
I can say it. I can say his first name.
Vitold W.
Vitold W, aka the Polish Prince out there in Denver. He's gonna make his way down to Vegas. We're gonna follow his story a little bit. So big shout out to him.
Shut up.
Also, if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what's going on if you're gonna be out here for the NAPT early November. We got a lineup of strong guests next week. We're going to be joined by Maria Konnikova. We're going to be joined by Jen Shahade. We are going to be joined, I think, the following week by a few others. So I'm going to keep those in the bag for the time being. Also, we're going to try to get Barbara back on the show, as well as Platt and Hanks. I think they're going to be in studio at some
Probably
point.
Jesse.
So, oh yeah, Jesse every Tuesday, of course.
I owe a white person money, and he hadn't seen the podcast, but he wrote, "Mess with the bull, you get the horns."
That's incredible.
I said, "Are you watching the podcast?" He goes, "No, should I?"
That's fucking incredible,
hilarious.
man. Oh man, white boy speak for
That's what
everyone.
happens when I get politic bets down.
All right, that's gonna do it for us. We'll see you guys all noon Pacific on Monday.
Later, squad.
Peace.
Peace.